Hello, Josie here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And are you sure? Okay, here we go. So back in junior high, I had this one kid that I considered and or thought was a friend, and he was not. Um, he was basically used as a tool and or a weapon to come against me by his mother. You see, my mother enlisted his mother to help her to attack me, but I believe that she enlisted her based off of lies. Um, this person's last name is similar to a current singer. Rather, I'd call her a dancer. She's known for dancing. And just to let you know, she danced on In Living Color. But I always think about people with this last name. It always reminds me of them. It just always reminds me of the so-called friend I had in junior high. And I believe that my mother helped this other mother to get something that she wanted. What she wanted was she wanted to get married. She wanted to marry this guy named Steve. And they actually were, I believe, dating at the time when I went to junior high and met Mikey. They were dating, I believe, at the time, but she wanted to marry this guy. He was very good looking. He was very good looking guy. And she wanted basically to have the relationship and or the marriage that she didn't get with Mikey's father. I don't know what happened with that. I don't know. But she ended up getting married, more than likely with my mother's help. I don't know how she went about doing it. I'm going to assume that she used some kind of witchcraft, spell work, whatever, to get this marriage going. But getting pregnant is a way that a lot of females get men to attach themselves and or decide to marry them, is when they get pregnant. But this guy Steve, he was not going to get her pregnant before marrying her. But he wasn't sure if he was going to marry her. She had a son. Him and Mikey got along fairly well. But what his mother did, and rather what his grandmother did, was his grandmother pacified him and or made him happy by giving him whatever he wanted. Basically, be nice to this guy Steve, don't be to this, to that, whatever. Have your interests. What are your interests? Okay, your interest is music or playing guitar. I'll get you a guitar. You want to play I'll get you a bass. You want I'll get you an amplifier. I'll get you whatever you want. You want this, I'll get you this. His grandmother spoiled him with whatever he wanted because his mother wanted this guy Steve. His grandmother wanted Steve to be a part of the family. And basically, whatever they had to do to get this guy. So, my mother came in there somewhere to help them out. And they used me to do it. They used me. Being a friend of Mikey's was a good look, was a good thing, right? In the eyes of Steve. If I was friends with Mikey, and I approved of Mikey and whatnot, and so on and so forth, and I don't know anything about Mikey's family, what they're into, so on and so forth, but I was the catalyst for Mikey's mother getting married to this guy Steve, right? And then after they got married, she got pregnant. She got pregnant with twins. And I also believe that did not happen by coincidence or by chance either. For some reason, certain people that I know, my god sister, she had twins. Mikey, his mother, had twins. And another person named Madeline, she had twins. The point is, my mother used my friends to come against me. So one of the things that my mother wanted to happen was she wanted me to get caught for stealing, being a thief, so to speak, right? So it was planting into my head or whatever to steal a CD. And I believe I was kind of persuaded to do this by Mikey and so-called friends I had around me and whatnot to steal this CD. And I was set up at a Kmart. My mother knew one of the guys, actually knew a lot of the people that worked at Kmart. My sister worked at Kmart. She knew the managers that worked at Kmart. So my mother pretty much in a way called them up and said, my child is going to be stealing something from your store, and I want you to catch him. I want you to make sure that you catch him. So in the music department, there was this guy, very flamboyant, homosexual. I remember him because he worked at a hair salon that I went to get my hair cut with my father years later. And I recognized him working at that salon. He's the one who caught me, and he's the one who, basically went and snitched and told on me, so to speak, or whatnot. But he was following me from the time I came into the store, into the music department. He had his eyes fixed on me. It's almost like they showed him a picture of me. This is what you're looking for. This is who you're looking for. Keep an eye out for this person. They're going to be doing this, and we want you to catch them. Now, I did not get in trouble with the store. They didn't file charges or anything like that. It was an embarrassment. That's what my mother wanted. She wanted me to be embarrassed. She wanted me to be shamed. She wanted to have something on me to share with other people. Yeah, my child was caught stealing a CD at Kmart, and it was such an embarrassment, and so on and so forth. They're just a bad child. They're just always into something, always blah blah blah. This was intentionally done by my mother, and she used this so-called friend of mine named Mikey to do it. You might say, are you serious, Josie? Yes, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. My mother would do and use anybody that she could to come against me and attack me and or set me up. And the reason why I even stole the CD was because there were a bunch of kids that I was hanging out with, along with Mikey, that were bragging about stealing this or stealing that or whatnot, and it wasn't a big deal, so on and so forth, yada yada yada, and blah 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 blah. And it was planted in my head to do it, just to try it or whatever. It wasn't a big deal. I didn't think it was a big deal. I was in junior high, and I tried it. And of course, the first time I try doing that, first time I do it, I get caught. I get in trouble. And it was all staged. It was all set up by my mother. Yeah.